Hi, I'm his Lordship, the founder of the Wilderness Guardians, and welcome back to RuneScape Recipes, a series in which we try and recreate all of RuneScape's most iconic foods. Today it's a classic, it's the spinach roll. It's the first in our series that isn't actually cookable by players, which has presented me with an interesting dilemma in that I don't know what the actual ingredients are. I can only piece together a few clues based on the examine info, the text that shows up when you actually eat it. We know that it heals 2 hit points, so therefore it's going to be fairly small. It weighs 0.1 kilograms in the game. We know that it's uncookable by players, therefore we've got a little bit of wiggle room with our ingredients. We also know that from the image, it has this green hue in its pastry, and I have an idea for that. Now I'm going through this untested, I haven't made this recipe before, so whether or not I succeed, we find out together. In a way, I'm saved by the fact that when you eat this food in the game, it says it tastes a bit weird. So should I fail, all is good. Now a lot of the research that I've done in order to create an authentic medieval recipe comes from this book here, which goes by a really funny title, How to Milk an Almond, Stuff an Egg, and Armor a Turnip. In this, there's a fantastic recipe from the 1300s, I believe, on spinach tarts, which I've slightly adapted so that it can work with our modern kitchens. But every ingredient that I use today, you will be able to buy very readily in your local grocery store.
Sift 200 grams of flour into a large mixing bowl, followed by 4 tablespoons of icing sugar. Add 2 egg yolks, followed by 125 ml of heavy cream. Mix the dough until it has an even, stretchy consistency. To create the green coloration for the dough, take a medium handful of spinach, remove the roots, and then put into boiling water for 30 seconds, followed by an ice bath to stop the spinach from further cooking. Use a paper towel to completely dry the spinach, or else it will have too much moisture for the dough. Then puree and add straight to the dough with a couple more tablespoons of flour in order for the dough to maintain its consistency. Mix thoroughly. The dough will need to rest in the fridge for half an hour. It's also a good time to preheat your oven to 180 degrees Celsius. While it's resting, we can begin making the filling. Roughly dice 2 large fennel leaves and then saute them in butter for 3 to 4 minutes until they have a glossy sheen. Chop up your remaining spinach roughly, then add the sautéed fennel, a handful of parsley, chopped medium fine, about half a teaspoon of salt, 1 small chunk of ginger diced finely, 100 grams of soft goat's cheese, 100 grams of cottage cheese, 1 more egg, and about 2 tablespoons of grated Parmesan cheese. Mix well. Modern spinach rolls often include feta or ricotta, but these cheeses wouldn't have been readily available in the Middle Ages in Western Europe. That's why we're going for these substitutes. Now it's time to roll our dough. Lightly coat a surface in plain flour. Divide the dough in 2 and then roll out until you have 2 thin rectangular sheets. Scoop the filling onto the ends of these sheets and then roll tightly. Seal the ends so that they don't spill in the oven. Transfer the rolls to a baking tray and glaze with a beaten egg. Bake for 30 to 40 minutes until the rolls take on a golden hue. Remove the rolls from the oven and allow them to cool for 5 minutes before dividing them into portions.
Now, let's talk wine pairing. What you're after is something with really good acidity so that it can cut through that cheese and complement the earthy tones of the spinach. I'd recommend an unoaked Sauvignon Blanc, especially from France or New Zealand. What I have here is from the south of France, but if you can find something from the Loire Valley, that's even better because it's known for its herbaceousness with a little bit of citrus there as well. Okay, it is time for the moment of truth. It looks all right, but I am a little bit wary of that smell. All right, there's only one way to find out. Edible. I think it's true to its RuneScape description. Tastes a bit weird. Perfectly fine. Could do with a tiny bit more cheese, maybe some more salt and pepper, but it's otherwise quite delicious and something I would recommend. Enjoy.